Evening, everybody. Good evening, good evening. I'll give it about 2 minutes before I start for people to join. I hope everybody is good. I hope everybody had a beautiful, positive day. I hope that you know that your dreams are valid. Anyway, I'm just going to give it a minute or two before I start. I hope that I'm audible and I hope that I'm visible. And when you do jump on, please let me know if I'm audible or visible. Going to give it 30 more seconds and then I'm just going to go ahead. Thank you for being here with me tonight. Thank you for being open to knowledge and learning. Thank you for spending time with me. For those that are going to be watching the replay, comment #replay below. Feel free to pop any questions in the comments. Feel free to pop any questions in my personal inbox. I'll be more than happy to respond and assist where I can. So, do you have any tool, any modality, any technique that is your go-to when you are having emotional challenges, mental challenges, when you are just overwhelmed and you just feel like the world is against you and there's just a lot going on and there's just all these emotions? Is there any specific tools or techniques that are your go-tos, that are your favorites, that you know you can use? So the modality or tool that I want to teach about and share about tonight, it's called EFT, and the full word is Emotional Freedom Techniques, right? So what Emotional Freedom Techniques is, it's a modality that is planted. I'm going to use the word planted in the concept of acupuncture, right? So we all have different specific energy points on our bodies. And with EFT, it's about putting pressure and tapping on those specific points to tackle any physical, any emotional or mental challenges that you might be facing, right? So it's a technique that focuses on the cognitive being of the mind, and it's also a technique that focuses on the somatic being of the body. So being of the mind and of the body, while you are tapping, you are saying specific emotional statements, simultaneously tapping the specific points on the body to process that energy, that emotional energy that you'll be feeling at the time, right? So what happens is when we're feeling a negative emotion, it causes an imbalance in our body's energy system. So what happens when you tap is you're balancing out that energy in your body, right? And EFT is one of the modalities that have actually been shown by researchers and by studies. It's one of the modalities that can tackle challenges such as anxiety within 6 hours or less, right? And even if you don't do it for 6 hours, but even if you do it for a brief moment of time, there are impacts that you can experience at that specific moment, right? So my name is Balesa. I'm a life and a mindset coach, And I just believe that all our dreams are valid. We can all go for our dreams. However, there are certain limitations that we all feel and that we all experience, limiting decisions, limiting beliefs. And I believe that once we push through that, we can go for all the things that we want, right? And I'm internationally accredited life coach. I'm certified in mindset. I'm certified in NLP. I'm certified in EFT tapping, neural energetic encoding, as well as hypnosis. My thing is just, let's all go for our dreams because we are worthy. We deserve it. Let's stop being stuck. Let's stop being victims and let's just go for it, right? Basically. So in terms of EFT tapping, right? Like I did already mention, is it involves literally tapping with your hand certain acupuncture points on the body. And then I'm going to read the following statement word for word. It is a mouthful. Please bear with me. So it is said that tapping facilitates an increase of the flow of electrical information through the nervous system to certain key areas of the brain, influencing the way that information is perceived, right? Like I did mention earlier with EFT, we are balancing the energy systems of the body due to experiencing a certain negative emotion. That negative emotion will cause an imbalance in the body. And when you're tapping on those points, you're balancing out that energy. I think it's a good time to actually indicate where those points are. So for the purpose of this live, I'll just be doing an indication, but there will be more lives where we're actually going to be doing the tapping and experiencing the good benefits of it, right? So the points that you'll be focusing on or tapping on when you're doing EFT, it's the top of your head, the top of your eyebrow, under your eye, under your nose, under your chin, and then under your arm. Here under your arm, your wrists. And when you're starting the EFT tapping, this is the point where you usually start, right? And one thing you must note about EFT is that we've been taught that emotions are, especially the ones that we deem negative, right? That they are negative. But with EFT tapping, it's very vital to start or initiate it where you're focusing on the negative emotion. You're tapping into that emotion, you're feeling it, you're processing it. Once that emotion has dissipated, then you can move on and focus on tapping in a positive suggestion. And EFT is one of those practices where I would encourage you to make it a daily practice, and you get the benefits when you're persistent, when you do it persistently. And it's such a great tool. So not only for negative emotions, but also, for negative emotions, I'm thinking frustration. When you're sitting in traffic, you're late, you need to get to a meeting, you feel like everybody is driving the way they're not supposed to be driving, all the robots are closing on you. That's a great opportunity to breathe, take a deep breath, ground yourself, center yourself. And for those few minutes, just tap on all those points just to release that frustration. It really does help. Before I jumped on this live, I was definitely feeling nervous. And it was an opportunity for me just to tap that nervousness and process it so I can come up, and show up and be here. So in terms of the processing of the emotions, think of a situation that you're going through, that you're struggling through. I'll use mine as an example where you're experiencing financial challenges. Maybe you're feeling like you need to be earning more. Maybe you're overwhelmed by the amount of debt that you have. Maybe people are owing you money and they're not paying you back, right? Think of what that situation or what that challenge is doing to you physically, mentally, emotionally. What emotion is coming up? So if you're in a lot of debt, you're probably overwhelmed, right? Together with that overwhelm, you might be experiencing a bit of shame, a bit of guilt, questioning how you got there, knowing that you could have done better, and just wanting to move forward from that situation that you're in. So it's a good opportunity to then tap on the emotion of overwhelm, to tap on the emotion of shame, to tap on the emotion of guilt, right? So that's just a quick example that I just wanted to bring forth. And also with reaching goals, right? So not only just focus on the negative emotions, but also when you have goals to reach. Oftentimes when you have goals to reach, we are here, we're at point A, we are wanting to get to point B, right? I'm in this match, or I'm in this position at work, and I'd love to move to a higher position, or I'd like to earn more. In the middle of that, those limiting decisions and limiting emotions come up. Things like, I'm not good enough. I don't deserve it. I'll never be able to get there. Why would they choose me? I need another qualification. I'm not qualified enough. I don't know the right people. I don't have the right connections, right? So there's an opportunity then for you in terms of your goal setting to identify and be aware that this is where I am and this is how I'm feeling about a goal that I want to reach. Let me use this tool called EFT to process these thoughts and feelings. All right, focus on them. It's very crappy. I'm feeling very crappy right now. I'm feeling like I'll never reach that goal. I'll never earn more money. I'll never get to that position that I desire. But here's an opportunity. Let me process those feelings so I can get closer to reaching that goal, remove the resistance basically of I'm at point A and I want to get to point B, and let me tackle that resistance in order to get there, right? I can't see who joined, but thank you for being here and welcome. So, like I did mention, it is a practice that is beneficial when you do it persistently. Although there are benefits that you can achieve if you do it for a short period of time, but it's more beneficial to do it persistently, add it as a daily practice. Make sure that it's a tool that's in your toolbox, basically. Because the reality is, we're human, we're having a human experience. Things sometimes go well, things sometimes go badly, and you end up feeling stuck, and you end up sometimes just feeling so overwhelmed that you don't know how to move forward, or you don't know how to process all those emotions at that time. This is definitely one of the tools that could benefit you. And it's something that's very personal and very intuitive, because when you're having an experience, you're processing it in your own unique way, you're perceiving it in your own unique way, right? So it's personal in a sense, and it's also very intuitive, because yes, I'm facing this problem and I'm perceiving it like this, and intuitively it's causing me to feel these emotions, so it's something very personal and very intuitive. And whatever challenge you're facing, whatever situation you're perceiving, the pain that you're going through, how much it hurts, so take the opportunity to accept the perception of how you perceive in that situation and how it's affecting you, and allow your intuition to guide you in this practice. We've all been given the beautiful gift of intuition, that small inner voice that whispers. I think that's the best. That's how I process what intuition is. That small inner voice that whispers, that nudge, that only you know and only you experience. So it's something that's very personal and very intuitive as well. And so yeah, that's what I have on the table regarding EFT. Even though I did demonstrate the points that you tap on, so being the top of the head, top of your eyebrow, under your eye, under the nose, under the chin, your collarbone, under your arm, as well as your wrists. And when you start off, you usually start off here. Don't stress. Take a deep breath. I'm going to be on my platforms in the next coming weeks, breaking it all down, having live sessions. Like I created an event tonight. I'll do the same thing. I'll create an event, put the time so you can plan and prepare and show up. And you can even volunteer to be the muse that we'll be working with on that specific day. Whatever challenges that you're facing, if there's any negative emotions that are overwhelming you, you want to process them, release them, and move forward, instill positive suggestions, or if there's a goal that you want to reach, but there's just so much resistance and all these negative thoughts are coming up and you believe that you're not worth it and why you, and you don't deserve it and it's not for you, come through. I'd like to encourage you to come through and let's tackle all these issues. It's the end of the year. Most of us are reflecting on what we perceive has already passed behind us, right? And we feel like there's so many missed opportunities. We're facing challenges daily in different life areas. And sometimes it just gets so much, but there's a tool, there's techniques, there's methods to help you digest and feel better. So keep a look out on my page. Thank you for spending all this time with me. Remember, if there are questions, please do drop in the comments. You're also welcome to drop something in my inbox. I will respond as soon as I can. And thank you for watching. Please do like, please do share with other people that you think could benefit from this. Enjoy the rest of your evening.